do my thing 20 years.
May 25th, 2019, 59 and 44 seconds.
Detroit 911.
Can you please have somebody come to this?
What's the address, ma'am?
3474.
What's the street name?
That's the
21st Street. Hello, ma'am. What's going on at the location, ma'am?
ma'am, I'm a gay male. I apologize.
That's okay.
Somebody just came in inside of the house. And two of my friends are fatally wounded. It is 3474 Devonshire.
Okay, I'm requesting you to the location now. Are there any injuries?
Yes, serious injuries, but you can get one here as soon as possible. Please, please.
I'm requesting, did you see who did the shooting?
So, I'll refer to the bathroom.
Okay, I'm requesting you to return down the line with me. Are you with the people are hurt? Hello, sir. I already have police.
Yo, Jenny Gang, what it do? It's been a little minute. Actually, it hasn't been that long because I just uploaded a video a couple of hours ago, but that was of some of my work that I just completed. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. You definitely don't have anything else to do right now. And if you're feeling generous, comment or share. So this video right here, I'm going to talk about a horror story that happened not to me, but a horror story that happened in Detroit. I am going to give you guys a coronavirus video, but I've been so engulfed in this case the last few days, I decided to go ahead and do it now. So let me go ahead and I'll give y'all the basics of the story and why it's so interesting. It's nothing to do with dancers or dance world. However, I'm sure you guys are going to do just like me. You're going to start digging in this case like, oh my God, it's just so crazy. But anyway, so back, I believe it was May 4th. It was a holiday. It was Memorial Day, Labor Day, one of those holidays. Same thing. Back last year, May 5th, that weekend, there were a group of gay guys, okay? If you're homophobic, don't even watch this video. Group of gay guys that hang together all the time, I guess. One of them had actually transferred over into a tranny. She named herself Paris Cameron. But the other ones were just still, regular gay guys. But nevertheless, they hung in a clique and they were just hanging out, drinking and smoking one night. And they decided to go to the gas station to get some, I guess you call it cigarillos. That stuff people put their marijuana in. So when they get to the gas station, there's this guy there. Now, me personally, being a heterosexual female, I don't find this guy attractive at all. But at any rate, the transgender female, Paris Cameron, she found the person at the gas station. He was in there buying something too. She found him attractive. So I don't want to disrespect anyone in this video, okay? Because I feel like, especially the deceased, no matter what their lifestyle was, they deserve respect. But I also am going to give you my opinion of how I felt about things that was going on in this case. So, again, no disrespect. So, as far as Paris, her and two of the other of her friends, the gay guys, came in the gas station with her. She seen the guy. His name is Devon. His name is Devon Robinson. You could tell she was flirting with him or whatever, He wasn't really paying attention at first, but, eventually, I guess he kind of like started flirting back, even though he's supposed to be heterosexual. So, long story short, all this is being captured on the gas station footage. And so they're like getting ready to leave. She's telling him, where the address is that they're going to go chill at. They were going to go up the street and chill at one of their other gay friends' houses. Like all together, you know, smoking and drinking and stuff. Same thing they've been doing all day, but she's just inviting him over because she found him attractive. So most heterosexual males would have probably cussed somebody out, beat somebody to a pulp, or whatever. But Devon, that's not what he did. He actually took a cab there. He'd already took a cab to the gas station, but he had his cab go ahead and drop him off at that house, which was right up the street from the gas station. He actually went and chilled with those gay guys. Periodically, guys, I'm going to throw like little snippets and pictures in this video, so it might be a little bit long, but I'm just trying to give you the visuals that I got. Because like I said, I've been studying this for a few days now. I know things that you're going to look at it and try to figure out, but I already know them. So if I insert something in, just know that I'll put a caption and let you know what it is. Okay, so he goes to the house. They're like surprised that he actually came. Let me give some of the other names that was involved. Paris Cameron, y'all know that's the transgender. A couple of the other people that were there were Alante Davis, Timothy Blanchard. None of these people were over 21, okay? That's just 3 of the people that were there. They had people in and out that house all day long, but at this particular time that guy came through, I believe it was only like 7 or 8 of them. So what does Devon Robinson do when he gets there? House full of gay guys and him. He goes upstairs and actually engages in sexual acts with not 1, but 3 of the homosexual guys. He actually was in the room with another one of the guys who was not murdered in this particular case, but they didn't have a chemistry. So that gay guy left out of the room, and that's when Paris Cameron and I guess Alante Davis and Timothy Blanchard, they all came up there and gave this guy fellatio, okay? According to the guy, he had 3 orgasms. I doubt that. Men usually don't have that many orgasms at a time, but at any rate, he did burst in, I believe, Paris Cameron's, yeah. I'm trying to keep this respectful and keep the language out because I don't want YouTube bothering me. So, heterosexual male has fellatio with these guys. So, he gets up, he's get ready to leave, he hugs them, and he kind of, the look on his face that they describe, he kind of looked like kind of out of it maybe, kind of, you know, he had been smoking a little bit too, but out of it to the point like, you know, when you do something that you liked it, but you know in your mind it's something that you have no business doing. Basically, he looked like he had a lot on his mind. So when he got up to leave, he's telling them, appreciate it. You know, I'll see you guys again. That's exactly what he said. I'll see y'all again. Well, that was about maybe, can't remember what time, but y'all, it's in the wee hours of the night, like 3:50, 4 o'clock. So later on that night, it's still about 6 people in that house. Someone comes in the house. Remember, they weren't even suspicious when they heard footsteps because there were so many people in and out the house. They just thought it was one of the other homosexuals. As a matter of fact, one of the guys who gave Devon the fellatio, he was actually having some type of relationship with one of the other homosexuals. So that guy was actually upset that he feels like his kind of boyfriend is up there giving fellatio to a random male. And actually that guy did leave before this crazy stuff happened, and he ended up returning later on when the police was there. I believe his name is Brendan, okay? But Brendan actually didn't do any of this crazy stuff. He just really kind of fussed and left and ended up coming back at the wrong time. So y'all, they hear footsteps in the house. They assume it's Brennan or somebody else. Next thing you know, this is from the witness testimony. They see a black ski mask and a guy just comes in and starts shooting. Okay? Shooting. Now, one of the gay guys, Blair Keys, him and one of the others, they were able to run away. But Paris Cameron, Alante Davis, and Timothy Blanchard, those three were hit. A couple of them were shot in the head. Some of them shot in the chest. Like, so you'll hear the 911 calls. Blair Keys, he's the 911 call that stood out to me the most. They asked him point blank on that 911 call, hey, who did it? Who was shooting at your friends? And he said on the 911 call that he didn't know. But y'all know when you're going through like some type of situation, adrenaline's pumping, you know, you just see, like, especially seeing something like that, he wasn't really thinking clear. He was just like, more so like, hurry up and get here. There's blood everywhere. So much blood is coming through the drywall. Like, it was just terrible, y'all. So a few days later, I think he thought about it and he realized that it wasn't a stranger. It wasn't the next door neighbor that they had problems with earlier in that day. It was Devon. It was that same guy who was supposed to be a straight guy who was over there having those acts with them earlier that night. It was him who busted them with that ski mask and started shooting everybody. The reason how I found out, or the way I found out about this case, is because the trial just kind of happened, I think, last week. They found Devon guilty, but the thing is, it's all circumstantial evidence, right? When he left that house, he stayed kind of close, so he was able to walk home. He walked home. He stopped back by that same gas station that he met these people at. Or either he done that again later on, but I'm not sure. But at any rate, he returned shortly after he done what he done with them. All he did was go home, get that ski mask, get a gun, and come back. The problem with saying he's guilty 100% is that no one ever seen his face. There was a camera recording him when he walked back to the house, but the camera can only see a figure, like a shadowy figure walking through. But they know that it came from his house in that direction, went to Paris Cameron and all of those, the house that they were at, and came back to the same direction as Devon Robinson's mom's house, which is where he lived. So basically, if you watch the case, you're going to see he's definitely guilty. There's a series of calls that he made to his mom from the jail that are very incriminating. His mom was like, yeah, such and such is talking too much. And he basically, the problem with Devon is that he really does like males, but you can see that he is ashamed to talk to his mom and tell her the truth. Even when he's on the phone with his mom on the call from jail, he's like, yeah, Mom, I just told the police I was gay so they would take the hate charge off of my crime. So his mom kind of paused, like, his mom is a gay woman, but you could just tell that he didn't want her to know that he actually was guilty of the things that he was being accused of doing with those gay guys. He never admitted any guilt. He totally denied the entire shooting. He did admit to receiving fellatio from only Paris Cameron, and I guess that's because she looks like a girl. Some people thought he kind of looked like he was slow or whatever, but the more and more I watched him, he's not slow. He was just trying to act that way, I guess, to gain sympathy, because when he made those jail calls and also in the gas station when he's flirting with them, he seemed very, very normal. And the only thing he did after that event, the shooting happened, he started running. all of a sudden, the next day, he doesn't live at that house anymore. There was a witness from the house, this lady named Sabrina Bates. Y'all will see her testify. He was at that house that night, and he left the next morning and never came back. But they found him a week later, hiding out. Also on the jail calls from him to his mom, he's like, somebody had to get on my location. His mom's like, no, you was going outside too much. Like, y'all, in the beginning of the jail call, they're telling it basically is an automated recording saying that all of these calls are monitored. So I don't even understand why they were stupid enough to be talking like that. But every time he talked with somebody, he talked to his uncle, he talked to his mom, he talked to his sister. Every time he was saying things that were incriminating, like, well, you know what I'm saying? I ain't do it, but if it come down to it, I'll take 25 years. What? And you're innocent? Or, yeah, my brother, he got off of his crime. He would have got off on his crime that he done, but he had a co-defendant. I don't have any co-defendants. Like, he was just saying stuff that totally incriminated him. And this is, like I said, it's a crazy case. It has nothing to do with dancing. However, JennyGang, I try to keep that stuff out of my spirit because I feel like you attract things that you get engulfed in. But if I do get engulfed in something, I try to make it very temporary, okay?